And see, there are people that would look at this deadfall and say that's Sasquatch branches, right? That's structure. To me, that just looks like deadfall. I'm not big into structures. Look how intricate that is. Something or somebody built this. That's not natural. Hello, and welcome to Modern Explorer, the Field Investigations. My name is Glenn Norberg, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the weird stuff that I found out in the wood. It's an incredibly controversial subject, and that's tree structures. Now, truly, these are the mysteries of the forest. You know, people have been finding, whether it's natural deadfall or something created by people or Sasquatch or something else, people have been finding weird stuff out in the forest all the time. Trees bent, folded, broken, woven, leaning, balanced, even turned upside down. Now, many would say that it's just nature doing its thing. Other people would say, hey, you know what? That's people doing this stuff. And then others are convinced that Sasquatch creating all this stuff. Personally, I find myself right in the middle. I just don't know. And I guess the main reason is because nobody has actually documented the big fellas creating these structures. You got to admit, there's a lot of crazy stuff that just does happen in nature. Just look at the balanced rocks in Utah. You know, thousands of years old, upside down, precariously balanced. And people for sure can be really creative and do some amazing stuff. Andy Goldsworthy is a great example. He uses natural stuff to create amazing pieces of art. Certainly what's being found is curious, especially when they're found in an area where encounters have happened. You know, when we find something new, we're supposed to ask questions. Who, what, where, why, when, and how. Right? I was taught that in grade school. And tree structures, they pretty much only answer one of those 6 questions, and that's the where. Today, I'll show you what I found out in the woods, and I'll give you my impression. To be clear, I don't know what they mean, if anything. If they mean anything at all, it's going to take study, humility, and most of all, familiarity with whoever or whatever made these things and what their intentions are. You can judge for yourself what created these structures, whether it's nature, people, or Sasquatch. Personally, I find these structures incredibly intriguing, but also completely inconclusive. If you enjoy these videos and what we find out there, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when we post a new video. And as always, if you or anyone you know would like to share an encounter, email us at encounters@modernexplorer.me. Enough of this jibber jabber. Let me show you what I found and you judge for yourself. Okay, coming into the next grove. I just saw that. Now, certainly cows come in and out through here. But there's this tree. These 2 branches have no stump. That has no stump. That has a stump. That has no stump. That's across here.
But
okay, so this, I'm just for my own, so this is placed. That's not planted. That's not coming out of a stump. It comes up. This is placed between them. Goes between there and up. This is placed. It goes up, gets kind of threaded through and up into this. It's been here for a long time. Look at the chafing on this. A lot of chafing on that tree. This branch is broken off. It comes up and has been interwoven in this. This is in the ground. It's growing. This one here, that too has been broken off and placed. I'm not big into structures. Look how intricate that is. Something or somebody built this. That's not natural. So here's another oddity. This branch going up. Now that has a stump. It's definitely broken down from right there. But it's on top of this tree. Which is dangling about 3 feet off the ground. How did that tree fall down on top of that tree when this tree must have started from somewhere back here? It's that whole contraption there that just kind of struck me as odd, as well as these 2 or 3 branches here. And I'll look at those in a minute. I want to see if this has a stump. Okay, so that's the top. So this one did fall. Definitely a stump. Definitely a stump. So here I am in a tree of aspens. A lot of deadfall. And I came across this. This just struck me as kind of odd. Not making any claims about it. But look at that's a big one. On top of this branch, under this branch, over that branch. So this branch fell down, came down on top of that one. But this one here, that is under this one. So if that one fell from here, it took out that branch. this one come from? And then this one fell down on top of that. And then right next to it, on the same tree, that's placed. And the crook is stuck up in there. This is placed, again, stump. Look at the chafing. Look at all that chafing on there. And that chafing on this green branch right here, that's fresh because that's green branch. Oh no, yeah, that's got green on it, so that's fresh chafing. Look how chafed that is. Look at that. That one's placed. And that one's placed. Look at that. Well, here we go. Just another odd group of trees. Look at that. I mean, can it fall that way? Yeah. I mean, that's a hell of a coincidence. It is flat. It's really flat this way. But when I come around, this is crazy. It's almost a pentagram. I'm gonna go see if those down there have bases. So it's very hard to tell. The base of this is so rotted. I don't know if there's a root ball there or not. But that's just crazy. And then this fork right here goes out and then is woven. Could it be? Yeah, I suppose. That's just crazy. Okay, so this is weird. I'm walking along out here. I heard what sounded like 2 tree knocks about a quarter mile away from me that way. So I'm not saying it's a tree knock. Then I think I heard a pine cone fall right next to me. So I've stopped. And I would have sworn I just heard from behind me, down at the creek, a sort of sound. Very human vocalization. I know I've heard it on Bigfoot Odyssey scratch, or type of audio before. It sounded like oh. It isn't a repeated sound. It's very quiet, just a single knock. I heard two earlier, reasonably close in a row. And then I just heard another one a minute ago, so that's three total. There is a slight breeze. Leaves are falling. Pine cones have mostly fallen. Perhaps the one that fell was just a pine cone falling. But I could have sworn I heard a voice down there. Thank you for joining us on our adventure. As I said, I find these structures incredibly intriguing, yet inconclusive. We can pretty much only answer one of the 6 questions, and that's the where. To find answers to the other 5, it's going to take a lot more time observing, investigating, documenting, cross-referencing to come up with any solid conclusions. If you like what we're doing and might want to support us a little bit in our goal of getting hard evidence of the North American hominid, or the NA, as Mateo has coined the phrase, please consider tossing a buck or two into our PayPal account. The link is going to be below. We really appreciate it. And remember, if you or anyone you know would like to share their encounter story, whether it's here in Fremont County, Colorado, or anywhere else in the world, send an email to encounters@modernexplorer.me. We'd be happy to document your experience. You can remain anonymous if you prefer. We just want to get the stories documented. There's something going on.